we were on point. It was exactly what the brochure said on this one.
Really?
Oh yeah. I mean, it was at night. No one knew we were there. We got in, got out. By the time we are down the mountain, getting back to the VIX, you heard the warning shots. They just found their guys. So
really?
It was.
Dude, all right. Well, what do you got?
We're hiking up some pretty steep mountains to get to where we need to go. We've done the trip a few times, recce'd it, made sure, hey, we've got our ducks in a row. We're going to go execute. So it's like a 7-hour drive and razors and broken, and we couldn't get up there in the Humvees because they're just too wide. So we get up the mountain. We needed some sort of CASEVAC because we're getting up mountains. So we're like, hey, we'll use the razors. And like, how are you going to get up terraced mountains with the razors? I'm the engineering rep, so I'm trying to sort this out for us, right? So we make bridges to get the razors up and down. I'm like, man.
Out of what?
Wood, metal, whatever we could find, man. We just had to get up these terraces because they form on the mountain. So we take off, we're going, and we just get set up beautifully. We know the village target's down in the valley. We've got some overhead. They're saying, hey, there's some guys about 700 meters off that way. We've got, an overwatch times 2. We've got guys down there. We're set up beautifully, man. And nothing but 3, 2, 1, execute, man. And it fired off. So we initiated that. We had guys, I think the assault force, they knew, everyone was asleep, had no idea we were there. And they got all their shots off before anybody could even make a move. One guy squirted, eliminated. The guys that were, off to the distance, basically their overwatch. We got the privilege of using our weapons in a useful manner. So automatic gunfire, heavy gunfire, rockets, as many as we can get out, spreading a whole lot of hate at that time. And it just felt right and it felt good.
Yeah. That's like classic DA.
It's 100%, man. It went flawlessly. The walk there sucked, but man, everyone was smiling on the way down that mountain. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was super just satisfying to know we did it. We were successful, and it went off without any contingencies having to be activated.
Yeah. Wow. So, can you say who the target was?
Yeah. So we were, again, ISIL West Africa. So these guys were ISIS, a chapter of ISIS that were embedded in right there on the border of Niger and Cameroon.
Okay.
So the same folks that unfortunately got the army guys as we were leaving. Actually, we were just, I think, a month out of country when that incident took place. So same group of individuals is what we were hunting down. Their faction, again, was a little smaller in the mountain passes where we were at. And we just absolutely got to go crush, which was cool.
So I guess let me take a step back on myself here in that. So you were combating ISIS guys there.
Yeah, absolutely.
But that wasn't the only thing you were doing.
No.
Or I guess, would you say, could you pinpoint that was the primary thing that you were doing, or was it like? It was absolutely
the primary thing we were doing is training the partner force.
Okay.
You have to remember now, this is the time where these 3 letters mean everything to a Navy SEAL. A AAA, advise, assist, and that last A is the most important. Accompany.
Yeah.
We can advise you from the fucking jock.
Yeah.
We can assist you by giving you vehicles and weapons, but if we can't go with you, it's hard. It's hard to get the boys behind that one, right? So we were blessed with that AAA mission. We got that third A, so we could assist and go with the partner force. That's what gave us the ability to go do work.
Okay. Well, I need to stand myself the fuck down for a second. Then, I was under the impression that the only reason that you were there was fucking guarding the pipeline. So that's my bad.
No problem at all. Again, it was sold as a FID mission.
I gotcha.
And then we had worked our way into, hey, we can go with these guys. And then as we get on target, we're like, a lot of infrastructure in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. All right. So on this raid, you were a heavy gunner, right?
I was.
Did you guys initiate with a Gustav?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And
couple of them.
Do you remember what the rounds were?
Yes, I do.
What were they?
So our rocket man, great individual, absolutely hilarious man. He was all about having, dialing that round in, laser tag, really getting this and that. He's like, I don't want to hit him. I want it to explode over him.
Yeah.
I want it to just rain down. And I'm like, yeah, because that way they're not dead. Now we can get after it.
Were they flechette rounds or?
Yes. Yeah. So we had those, and we had, what else we did? We had, I think, an incendiary with us, a couple of just, normal rounds there for that 84 millimeter. Yeah, the HEDP round. Yep. And then we had and it escapes my brain right now what that round is called, but you can dial in when you want it to detonate, right? Yeah. So you can laze it. Okay, we're at 700. They're behind the bunker. Let's go 710. Yeah. We'll just get behind that bunker and boom, it'll detonate.
Yeah. I mean, to me, like that mission is like as textbook varsity squad gold standard SEAL mission as exists, right?
I felt that way. Yeah, it felt good. It felt really good.
That's incredible. Any sniper guys on the element, or was it?
So our snipers were the guys that were down there in the valley. Those guys were, they had earned it.
Yeah.
Those guys had earned everything that they had gotten that mission. They did the planning, the route. I mean, they poured their hearts and souls in making that thing happen for us.
Yeah.
So they got to go down there and kick that door.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep.
Do you know how many guys were on target?
I think they came back with 6 KIA.
Yeah. And was that everybody? Did you get everybody?
Well, that's 6 that was down there, and then the other fools we couldn't. I mean, that was they counted 5 on the rocks that were their Overwatch, and they were completely gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Man, that's really cool. I mean, that's like, again, textbook direct action.
And at the time, it was hard to get. It was really hard to get something like that.
Yeah, no doubt. Did you guys do any SSE?
Yeah.
You go on target afterwards?
Absolutely.
Find anything obscure or that stood out as being like, what the fuck?
Yeah, man, we were finding like M16 parts from like, I mean, they were nice too, like chromed out on target. They weren't full guns or weapon systems. They were just pieces of them, but to find an American made in the middle of nowhere, man, was pretty cool. A lot of handmade stuff, obviously. You're dealing with tribal people.
Like what, weapons-wise?
Yeah,
or
weapons.
everything?
Yeah, knives. They had muskets that they had fashioned themselves for the most part. They had AKs that were in workable condition, I would say, and enough rounds that if they would have put up some sort of fight.
Were the rounds Chinese, Russian? Could you tell?
I didn't know that. That I don't know. But I'm willing to bet you.
Yeah,
given what we've seen already in country, it's probably going to be a Chinese.
Yeah. Living conditions, quarters-wise, what was that like there?
A tree house.
Really?
That's what we called it. It was pretty cool, man. Our camp was, I
mean, I'm sorry, for the target.
Oh, mud huts. Yeah. Mud hut straw roofs. Super tribal, very small village. Some metal buildings, but just flimsy metal, nothing crazy. You could kick most things over,
Did you get a sense in terms of how it was set up, kind of what they were doing? Was it just like an outpost?
Yeah, absolutely. It was an outpost. We knew that it wasn't a stronghold. We just knew that it was their first outpost before you went over the border.
Okay.
So it was the first step to get into this year, I think, at that point.
Yeah.
So you get through that valley, you go up the hill, and you're in it.
Yeah.
You're in it.
Anything else personal effects wise, currency, like did anything stand out as you being surprised that you were finding it there? Or was it all just
I mean, it was my first one, so I was surprised about everything. I'm just super jacked up and happy to have had the mission. And no, there wasn't anything too crazy. Our guys did a really good job down on the ground doing SSE. EOD was there making sure everything was good. Everyone did their job beautifully to a T that day.